Mrs. Evelyn Matalon. Mrs. Matalon and I did an interview about 2 years ago, and this was only a recording. However, today we're going to be doing a video recording of Mrs. Matalon at her daughter's home, Judy Bruce. Mrs. Matalon, thank you very much for allowing us to come and speak with you about your life.
You're very welcome. I'm glad if I can do anything to give you something more insight on what happened in the youth, in our youth, at the high school. I went there when the school was just open, one term open. And Miss Greta Gartshaw had just taken over from her sister Jean, who had opened the school.
Yes.
Actually, my mother and my auntie and I had traveled on the boat back from England with Mr. Reverend Gartshaw and Jean. And they told us about the school, and they had no place for me to go yet, my mother and auntie. So they thought that would be a nice place to go. So they enrolled me, and I went there in 1926. Second term at the school opened. We had our classes in the old coach house, and we had none of the new buildings, of course. And I can remember some of the teachers very well. Miss Garrow, Miss Feather, Miss Featherstone, Miss Sherlock, of course, my darling, Miss Stockhausen, another precious person, and Miss anyhow, that's enough.
Yes,
teachers.
right, yes.
So we were 30 girls to start the school. And of course, I've always been a tiny person, so I was a mascot for years, even after I was no longer the youngest child in the school, because if we had a function, I presented the flowers because I looked so small.
Right. How old were you when you entered St. Andrew High School?
I think I was 8.
8. So you're very, very young
years,
to
yes.
the high school.
I think I was 8.
Yeah.
And I left in 1933 when I was 17, right. And I had a very happy time at St. Andrew, very happy. We had a wonderful school life, lots and lots of friends, many of whom, unfortunately, I believe are now deceased. Should I mention some of the friends?
Yes, please.
My best friends were Hazel Hislop, who died in England, but I've been in touch with her all our lives. Jean Days, who is alive and in Florida, upstate, and I talked to her only yesterday. She's 97 too.
Okay.
Ruth Geddes, who unfortunately passed away. Cynthia's last name was Sylvia, and then there were lots and lots of girls that I was friendly with. But, you know, I lived in the country from then. I lived in Kingston while I was at school.
Right.
After I left school, I went back to live in Morant Bay. So I really didn't keep in touch with the girls from school as I would have liked, because we lived in different parts of the island.
Yes.
The only ones that I kept in touch with was Hazel and Jean. who lived near me when I was in Kingston, and whom we have been in touch with for the rest of our lives. We were in touch.